But if I give up too soon, I don't want people to give up too early, man, because there is so many blessings on the other side of this. It's going to be phenomenal. Family, what's up? Welcome back to the Bacon Bits Podcast, where we desire for you to take the bits of information and immediately apply them to your life for success. The ground rules for our podcast is that it will always be encouraging, uplifting, and informative. The areas of life that we will be talking about on the Bacon Bits Podcast is dealing with a balanced life. And I need to hear y'all say it. Say it out loud, please. Say valuable. Information applied equals success. And what we're going to be talking about on today's podcast is don't give up. Please, ladies and gentlemen, family, friends, loved ones, don't give up. Life is already challenging in and of itself. It really is. It's built into the wonderful thing, this thing called life, that there's going to be inward challenges all the time. Why is that? Because I firmly believe that we need to be challenged at times in our lives to keep us going, keep us activated, keep us encouraged, keep us motivated. Because when life gets stale, when life gets boring, we have a tendency to go do some stuff that Lord knows we don't need to be doing, and that's how we end up getting in trouble. It's because of those moments of when we have boredom, when there's nothing to do, when there's no goals or dreams in the process. That's when we usually a lot of times get in trouble. So what I don't want to happen is you give up on life and just, let the blah blahs just happen. You got to catch yourself when these moments are happening. And the three areas I really want you to be watchful for is giving up when you feel fatigued. They say it so much in the A's that you always have to have moments where you halt. Halt means stopped to think. And they don't want you to get too hungry, too angry, too lonely, or too tired. Because family, when we get tired, we make some jacked up decisions. We say stuff that we shouldn't have said. We do stuff that we shouldn't have done, all because we didn't get an opportunity to sit still and get some rest. Sleep is one of the most beautiful things you can have in your lifetime if you get it down to a science of sleeping. We need to have between, when it was at my lowest, it was 4. And so far at this age of 56, it is 7 at its max. But 4 to 7 hours of sleep every day. I know they tell you 8. And, if you want to use 8, God bless you. Go ahead, get your 8 in. But, man, if I'm operating at the key amount of sleep for me, which is 6, is perfection. If I can get into bed by 10 and wake up by 4, and like I said, on some days, even 5, man, I know it's going to be a good day and I can make good decisions. I can flow in life, and that day is going to be pretty sweet. But when we are fatigued, man, we get so tired that you say stuff to people that you shouldn't have said because you was frustrated from the fatigue because you were so tired. We do things that we shouldn't have done in those moments because we were fatigued, and we have to catch ourselves and say, you know what, let me slow down. And let me not even make this decision if it's possible right now. Let me wait till I've had a good night's sleep, wake up in the morning, and then make that decision. Because a lot of times we give up in life because there's moments of fatigue that hit. And man, we are not thinking at our best. We're not thinking at our sharpest. And it's a struggle to keep on going, and makes you want to give up. So man, when it's those moments that you feel like you want to give up, ask yourself the question, am I getting the proper rest that I need? Am I doing too much? I'm just fatigued because I'm trying to overcommit to things that I shouldn't be overcommitting to. I'm trying to grind. Y'all know how we talk about grinding. When it's just a moment of, let me stop, pause for a minute, and let me do what I need to do in this moment and just say stop. Don't do no more. Don't multitask, which we can't do in the first place. And let me just really focus in on, let me make great decisions. And the only way I'm going to make great decisions is if I'm not fatigued family, slow down and really be in the moments of your life so you can make good decisions. But if you know you're just overdoing it, slow down and even stop and just say to myself, you know what? I can't make no good decisions right now. Let me go ahead and just call it a day on this, and we'll start back up fresh tomorrow. So fatigue is a huge one. Don't give up when you are failing. Are we going to have moments of failure in our lives? Yes, that's a given. We are not perfectionists, family. I pray we're not perfectionists. You are going to have moments where you are failing in life. And you can be failing, like I said, in any of the areas. It could be failure in finances. It could be failure in your relationships with your significant other, your kids, mom and dad, other family members, co-workers. We could be failing in our diets. We trying to, stay pretty healthy, which we always should be trying to do. But guess what? You're having a moment where I'm just failing miserably because I just want to eat all this junk food. I want instant gratification when it comes to eating. I want something that's going to be pleasing. I ain't worried about it's making me healthier or stronger. I just want to eat and pig out. So I'm failing at my health at the moment. Mentally, I am not challenging myself. Told you we can fail, and guess what? Every time this burden comes up, I'm not challenging myself, or I'm over challenged, and I'm failing miserably. And then there's those times, yes, we're not as close to God as we would love to be. I know I'm not reading. I know I'm not praying. I know I'm not fellowshipping with my brothers and sisters in Christ. There can be so many challenges that we're having. And let's just call it what it is. We're failing at that moment. And we have to ask ourselves, wait a minute, don't give up. Life seems like it's overwhelming right now. And I'm making some bad decisions, but let me stop once again. Let me acknowledge that I'm not putting in the time that I need to in those areas that I need to. I'm failing. Okay. But I can stop that train from moving in the wrong direction at any time. Don't give up and say, let me stop at this moment and say, all right, let me get my bearings back. Let me get my wits back about me. Let me get my energy level up. Let me make sure that I am making sound decisions so I don't keep failing, because there's some things in life when we call it, insanity, doing the same thing over and over again. And we know that what I'm doing, I know it's wrong. Every time I'm going through something, I'll pick up the bottle. Every time I'm going through something, I'll pick up a drug. Every time I'm going through something, I'm just grabbing food just to be grabbing it. Anytime I'm going through something, I'll just have sex just to be having sex. Whatever that thing is, I got to tell myself to stop, slow down. You're trying to have instant gratification. You failing miserably. I know every time I use these coping skills of these drugs or alcohol or sex or food or whatever it may be, I know I'm failing. Let me stop in that moment and say, let me get my bearings back. I know it seems overwhelming, but I got to slow down and say, I am failing at this moment. I acknowledge it. Now, let me get back to doing the things that I was doing before and that I know is going to bring success. And if I need to get some new coping skills on how to handle life in these areas, let me get some brand new coping skills so that I can be successful. But I don't want to keep on failing over and over and over again. I have got to stop this train from about to run off the tracks. Don't give up. Lastly, is when you feel frustrated. You are trying to save money. It's not happening like you wanted it to. You're getting frustrated because you really thought you was really trying to be in tune with your family members and friends, and you frustrated because, man, I'm really trying to help them have a better life, or I'm trying to have a better life, but I'm just frustrated. I'm frustrated with this diet. I'm frustrated I'm at work, man, and I'm trying to climb this corporate ladder, and I'm frustrated because this is the plan I had set aside to help me be successful in this area. And I'm frustrated. I'm trying to start a new business. Man, I'm trying to start a new career. I'm trying to go back to school and do something that I thought in my heart I really wanted to do. But I'm frustrated because guess what? It's taking me out of my comfort zone. And it's challenging me to be better in this area that I'm going for. And I'm getting frustrated. And family, please do me a favor. Don't give up when you feel frustrated. We all get frustrated at times. I believe in my heart, frustration can be a beautiful thing, because if we're frustrated, that means, wait a minute, am I overcommitting myself? Do I need to slow down and relax? Am I frustrated because the money ain't coming in like I thought it was because I'm trying to start this new business? Am I frustrated with the classes because I'm meeting some really challenging, professors or teachers? Am I frustrated with it seems like, man, every time I'm trying to get up on my finances, man, the economy changes and, man, gas prices are going up, the food prices going up, man, schooling, clothes, all that. I'm getting really frustrated with my life. Slow down and ask myself the question, is it really that serious with me getting frustrated? Is it really that serious? Because what ends up happening is, family, what are we doing at the moments that we're frustrated? Am I letting somebody else's attitude and energy frustrate me in my own life, knowing that I have no control over that other person? But what I can do is, in my frustration, slow down and really pay attention, because at times, y'all know, we can get on our own nerves. Lord knows we can get on our own nerves, and that's where we have to slow down and stop. Family, quit being in such a hurry. Just as y'all hearing my voice as I'm doing this podcast today, I have really got to learn in my own personal life to slow down. I love the energy. I love the vibe and all of that wonderful stuff I've been blessed with to bring to the table that God has put me on this earth to do. But I know at times I have really got to slow down and think through some stuff and say, man, you know what? This is a frustrating moment right now. Let me see the part of this that I'm frustrated with that I can control. Because if it's somebody else that I'm dealing with and I'm getting frustrated, can't control them. Is it something I'm trying to put together, something I'm trying to do as a class or a presentation or something like that, and I'm getting frustrated? Slow down. The material is right there. All I got to do is take a moment. Just what? Take the moment right there just to breathe for a moment. Slow down, regather myself, and say, all right, now, as we move forward, this is what I'm going to do, and this is the part I have control over. But if I'm fatigued, I'm wore out, ain't got the energy level. If I'm failing because I am not noticing the effort that I need to put forward to get this to be, to learn my lesson from this and not keep failing. When I'm frustrated because it's not going how I got it according to my plans of how I think things should go, then we can, guess what, dial in and say, all right, I understand that I'm failing. I'm understanding that I'm frustrated. I'm understanding that it's fatigue. Now, from that information of me accepting and acknowledging that, what can I do from this moment forward? What can I do? And that's where I have to take the time and say, let me apply these new steps, this new principle. Let me go back to doing some stuff that I was doing before so that I can finally get the results I've been trying to get. But if I give up too soon, I don't want people to give up too early, man, because there is so many blessings on the other side of this. It's going to be phenomenal. But it is so easy to give up if you're in a season where things are just not quite working out. And family, everything ain't always going to be, I get a chance to take another step. I get a chance to take another step. I get a chance to take 3 steps, 5 steps, 10 steps forward in this thing that I'm trying to accomplish. Sometimes it is literally standing still. I even love the guy specifically said, be still and know that I'm God. Sometimes God literally wants us to be still so he can operate and do some things for us that we getting frustrated with doing. That's because we weren't supposed to do it. Literally, it is, you know what, I can't help my loved one get off drugs and alcohol. I'm frustrated. They're not offering job promotions. They're not willing to pay me more at my job. Okay, because you're so gifted, maybe that frustration was supposed to kick in because it's time for you to go to that next place you're supposed to go to. Some of us that are not in, we're in dating relationships, and we know that the relationship is getting really frustrating? Is it the fact that we're supposed to stay in this relationship, or is it knowing that it's time to move on? There's times in our life we're supposed to be frustrated. There are times in our life there's supposed to be failure going on. There's times that there's supposed to be fatigue because I'm still trying to make something happen that ain't supposed to happen. Sometimes I'm trying to overwork and try to do something. Sometimes I'm putting forth effort towards something that's supposed to die. I ain't even supposed to keep going and trying to keep on doing that. I'm trying to resuscitate something that's dead. Sometimes it's time to let that thing go. The reason why I'm failing in life is that door is trying to be closed, and it's time for me to move on to something different. Sometimes that frustration is literally, you know what, it's time for you to give this thing up right here and say, call it quits. I was at my previous job and I was just getting really frustrated, man. It was ticking me off that, the company was being ran the way it was running. And I was supposed to be frustrated. God literally allowed me to be frustrated so that I would move to another place of employment. And then from that, where I'm at now, I am just thriving where I'm at. But if I didn't get frustrated at the last place, I wouldn't have moved on to the place where I'm at now. So family, you got to understand, sometimes you're supposed to get fatigued because you're overworking and you're trying to work something that's supposed to die. Sometimes you're supposed to fail in that because it will cause you to change your perspective on how to do that thing right there. And then sometimes you're supposed to be frustrated because you're supposed to be going on and getting away from what you were doing to move to the next thing. So family, really think about that. Why do I feel like giving up? Ask yourself the question, am I fatigued? Is it failure? And is it frustration? But if I know all of these were meant to happen so that I can change, I'm super grateful that they happened. Family, I love you guys. This is your boy John Bacon with another segment of Bacon Bits. Don't give up. God bless. All right, what's up, family? It's your boy John Bacon from the Bacon Bits podcast. Thank you so much for your support, likes, and ratings. Please don't just listen, but rate me, follow me, and subscribe. This is an amazing way to offer free support. My beautiful queen and I have some books that we have written for your growth.
So the first book we have is a workbook, actually. It's called Healthy Relationships, and this is a workbook through the lens of faith. Because what makes a relationship healthy or unhealthy? So this workbook is designed, it's a 12-week, it's a biblically grounded course, and every week has a few different principles. So some of our principles, some of our topics that we're covering are respect, cultivating security. And this is not just between a husband and wife, this is between parents, between siblings, between friends, between your bosses, employers. So it's really important, and everyone deserves a healthy relationship.
And also we have The Balanced Life by John Bacon. It covers how to be prosperous in your finances, relationships, your health, your mind, and your spirit. So you can pick that up on Amazon, also on audiobook. And we also have
The Unraveling, a creative healing journal, pinings, poems, prayers, and ponderings of my precarious life. I've had a testimony of I've had 2 brain tumors and 2 brain surgeries, and I'm super grateful, but I'm still grieving the process of healing. And this is part of the process. In this book, you have devotionals, you have prayers, and you have some ponderings. And in between these pages, there's a space for you to also be prompted to paint and to create your own, or maybe you want to write something in these books. This is part of your creative healing journal that we get to walk through together.
And you guys can just head over to Kingdom Servants First. Kingdom Servants, the number 1, st.com. And you can purchase all 3 of these books. Thank you for your support, your love, and your contributions. God bless.